More than 100 people were injured in the bombing. Several lost limbs either in the blast or had to have them amputated once they got out of the hospital. News 8's Jenna Traum takes a look at the road ahead for those amputees.
There are a handful of people in Boston who woke up this morning for the first time facing their new reality, life as an amputee. Today I caught up with a local man who became a double amputee in a sudden accident decades ago to find out what lies ahead for them. The wail of sirens filled the streets as ambulances rushed to the victims of the Boston Marathon bombing. For several of the more than 170 runners and spectators injured, lost limbs mean their bodies will never be the same.
It kind of brings me back to when I had my accident and, thinking about all the challenges I had in front of me, just the different path that their life is going to take them.
Double amputee Francis Manning can't help but have flashbacks to the fateful day that changed his life decades ago. When he was 18, both legs were mangled when he tried to jump on a moving train.
I missed.
Now he devotes his life to helping others who've lost limbs, building prosthetics, and mentoring fellow amputees. He says the road ahead for those maimed by the Boston Marathon bombings is a rocky one.
It's just a life-changing event that they're going to have to learn how to walk again if they're missing a limb.
You're always thinking function. How do I get this person moving?
Bill Haviland gets amputees and other injured patients moving as a physical therapist at Gunderson Lutheran. One of the first steps for some amputees is recovering from phantom limb syndrome, feeling pain in a limb that isn't really there.
All pain is perceived through the brain. So just because you remove a portion of the person doesn't mean that the area that was designated for that part on the brain isn't still there.
Manning says going through anger and depression are common too, but determination is the key to moving forward.
You have to come to the stage where you're accepting that this is who you are now. You have a different path you're taking, a different journey, and just be determined to do it.
That physical therapist you just heard from tells me prosthetics aren't for everyone. There are a lot of risks and work that go into wearing one. Plus, amputees typically can't get into prosthetics right away because their wounds have a lot of healing to do before they can be fit for one. Manning spent a year in a wheelchair before his legs healed enough to make prosthetics a possibility.
All right, thank you, Jenna. April is Limb Loss Awareness Month. More than 2 million Americans are currently living with limb loss.